Alrighty, guys. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all doing well. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in as we have to break down some stocks. I have 5 stocks in particular that I'm looking at right now that I want to share with you guys, and we're going to break down the indices quickly and go over just in general where my head's at right now in this crazy market where it's up one day, down the next, big news one day, negative news the next. There's so much going on and we have to break it down. So guys, of course, take a sip of your coffee. Again, cheers, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, join the Patreon for my real-time portfolio updates. If you guys are interested, that's linked down below, also pinned in the comments. And let's get into it. So when I'm making this video, guys, the market is ripping. We're up across the board except for the Dow. But who really cares about the Dow, right? I mean, come on. Just kidding. I care about the Dow. But the Dow is down 0.1% as the S&P's up about 0.25%, QQQ 0.5%, and the Russell is leading the way up over 0.5%, 0.6% to be exact. And we have metals moving right now. Silver's up 2.5%, gold's up roughly the same, and oil. We haven't talked about oil in a while. Crude oil's up over 5%. And at this point, SPY looks like it's getting ready to break out towards all-time highs again. It looks like we are seeing this triangle still intact. We covered this yesterday, right? The ascending triangle is still intact on SPY, and you're noticing it on Triple Q as well, right? We're putting in a higher low here. We have resistance at 613, but we're trying to squeeze deeper into this triangle. And if it breaks, if QQQ rips out of 613, this could be going higher, right? All-time highs, as I'm choking on my own words here, guys. So let's now transition. There's not really much to break down in terms of these indices. It looks kind of similar to yesterday, right? So let's now transition to these stocks that I'm watching right now, with number one being SoundHound AI. So you guys probably remember we called this thing out weeks ago, at a much lower price. We called it out at about $11, $12, $13 a share right in this window on this drawdown. You guys probably remember the stock hit $17 after earnings. It drew down to about $11, $12. Nice, healthy pullback there. That's where we called it out. And well, it was a beautiful call out. It went all the way to 22, and now we're pulling back again. We're down to $18, seeing a very similar pullback to what we saw back in August, right? We're down 20% here from the recent high on SoundHound, and the uptrend's maintaining. The trend looks phenomenal. Higher highs, higher lows, the whole 9 yards, and we're seeing buyers come in now right above the 180 SMA, which is exactly where we want to see them come in. You know what I mean? It's huge for the bulls. So really, guys, to keep it simple, I'm looking at this as a continuation play. Is it going to continue this uptrend? Right? We have earnings coming up for SoundHound on the 6th of November, so pretty soon here. In about 2 weeks, we have their earnings. So, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it. It's already heating up over 4% on the day. Let's see if this momentum continues into earnings. Something tells me that it might, right? So that's SOUN, SoundHound AI. Tesla is number 2, which you guys probably saw. They reported earnings yesterday. The stock's down about 4%, and the company, although they're still struggling, let's keep it real, they're not out of the woods yet. Maybe they're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, though. Revenue grew 6% year over year for Tesla after, I believe, 2 quarters in a row of declining revenue year over year, right? So now we kind of have those tough comps out of the way. Now year over year, we're back to growth, 6% revenue growth, which again, the traditional EV business is still struggling. Demand's not what it was, right? Europe is slumping, China, we all know this. So there could be more weakness, but again, maybe light at the end of the tunnel. Who knows, right? And we all know what's actually propping the stock price up isn't the EV business. It's not, obviously. It's well, I guess FSD is part of the EV business, but you know what I mean. Robotaxi, FSD, the robots, right? This is what's propping up the business and the stock. And I feel like as long as that longer term vision stays intact with FSD, robots, robotaxi, let's say in the next 5 years or whatever, if that stays intact and now we get EVs, the demand to start to, come back up, right? Let's say demand starts to spark back up, EVs start to grow again, for Tesla. That could mean, that coupled with a long-term vision intact with robots, robotaxi, FSD, that could push the stock to like 500 a share. Who knows? It could start pushing it higher if the EV business starts to turn around as well, which who the heck knows when or if that will ever happen. It probably will, but it might take some time. Who knows? But yeah, Tesla at this point, guys, again, it's down 4%, but it could come down a little more. Keep that in mind. And this window right here is where I would consider buying the dip for a trade, right? We're heading into it right now, the window right here. Look at this channel, or not the channel, the circle I just drew, right around 375-ish, 400, this window right here, right around the old resistance. If we held that as support, that could be a good buy the dip. So that's TSLA. Now the next one here, I want to do an update on. We covered this before recently. Let's pull it up. Hold on. Let me get the right tool here. This is one that I've been watching, CleanCore Solutions, right? ZONE is the ticker. They're up over 5.5% on the day. We got some big news out of them. We covered them recently, right? They're a strategic treasury partner in terms of bringing the Doge treasury strategy, to the House of Doge. We talked about this recently, right? They saw a merger. We can see the House of Doge, the corporate arm of the Dogecoin Foundation. They're listing on the NASDAQ through merger with Bragg House Holdings, and ZONE, CleanCore Solutions, right? They're a key partner in this. We can see here they're building institutional foundation for the Dogecoin ecosystem through the House of Dogecoins, or Doges rather, partnerships with 21 Shares, Robinhood, and CleanCore Solutions, right? And with over 837 million Dogecoin within the House of Doge framework, including approximately 107 million Dogecoin in the 21 Shares Swiss ETP, and over 730 million Dogecoin managed by the House of Doge's official treasury. House of Doge in partnership with 21 Shares, CleanCore represents the largest institutional Dogecoin holdings in the global digital asset ecosystem. And we just got some big news that CleanCore Solutions actually commended House of Doge's expanding global sports team investments, advancing the actual real world utility of Dogecoin. We can see here, if we come down a little bit, the investments mark a milestone. We can see here the House of Doge's recent strategic sports investment included an ownership stake in U.S. Triestina Calcio 1918, one of Italy's oldest professional football clubs, and HCCR, a historic Swiss professional ice hockey team. So that's a big piece of news here. This investment, again, is key for the real world utility. It will not only enhance the fan experience, but also demonstrate how how Dogecoin is evolving into a practical, trusted form of payment. And we also got news that CleanCore Solutions welcomed Matt Swan as the Chief Digital Officer of the House of Doge. And he's a veteran technology leader with leadership experience at Booking.com, Amazon, StubHub, and Citi, and he will oversee the development of next-gen digital and payment infrastructure designed to expand the real-world utility of Dogecoin, right? And his appointment underscores a crucial phase for House of Doge and its partners as they work to integrate Dogecoin across global financial, commercial, and consumer networks. So big news out of this company, guys, for the House of Doge, CleanCore Solutions. Again, ZONE. That is stock number 3. Number 4, we have Novo Nordisk, NVO. This is one that you guys probably know. I was buying a couple weeks ago. At this point, couple months ago, actually, I started buying it, and I really haven't bought much since, to be honest. I haven't bought the stock probably in a month ish, but now we've sold off a good chunk. We hit $63 a share. Now we're back to 53. I was buying in the mid-high 40s, so I'm thinking about adding some more here even before earnings. Earnings are coming up. When are they here? I think early November, mid-November. The 5th of November, we have Novo's earnings, NVO, and clearly, man, this thing's still downtrending, right? So I want to take advantage of the downtrend to build my position, because ultimately, I don't think it's going to last, this downtrend. I don't think this is going down forever, guys. I think this is a clear accumulation time period for this stock, for me at least. It's down from 150. Think about that, 150 to $50 a share, completely unwarranted. Sure, I mean, it got overbought, overvalued arguably, but a 70% drop, come on. That's why I started buying the stock initially. The fundamentals are strong, financials are strong. It's undervalued in my opinion. It's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. They pay a decent dividend, right? I mean, I'm not buying it for the dividend. I don't really care about the dividend, but hey, NVO, I'm adding more, man. I'm looking to add more. And same with DeFi Technologies. I just bought more yesterday at $2.04 a share. Now we're at $2 a share, hovering around this support, which we have been now for a good couple of months, more than just a couple months, guys. Geez. DeFi Technologies has been, not even a couple months, I guess like 2-3 months. Either way, we've held $2 pretty steady now, ever since we got news of their offering, even before that. So I like it here, man. And the reality is, it could slip to $1.75, $1.80, $1.90. It could slip down, considering this is a descending triangle, bearish pattern. But I don't think it's going to be down much longer, for long at least. And you got to realize this is a small cap company, $800 million company. So hey, it might take a while for this thing to move, but when it does move, I think it's going to go crazy, guys, or else I wouldn't be buying it, right? This is a stock, when I'm buying smaller companies, I'm expecting a multi-bagger, or else I'm not buying it. So that's pretty much it, man. Those are 5 stocks I'm watching right now. I only own 2 of them, DeFi and Novo Nordisk, but I'm watching all of them, obviously, right? Or else I wouldn't be covering them in this video. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Join the Patreon if you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio every week. Shout out to all the new members that have been joining, guys. It's been insane how many people have been joining. I appreciate you all. I hope you're finding a bunch of value there. And check it out. Link down below, also pinned in the comments. I'll see you in the Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day.